posted a comment, and it was about tune-ups and maintenance for your furnace. You might hear it referred to as an FAU, which is a forced air unit, or it could be a heat pump, which is all electric. Either way, they both heat your home. And so there were some questions that I believe needed further clarification. As far as maintaining your system, the manufacturers put in their installation and user manuals that maintenance should be done once a year. Now, what's important to note in once a year, that means once a year heating, once a year HVAC, which both of those maintenances can be done at the same time. You can theoretically go in and do a heating maintenance and then do a cooling maintenance at the same time. Now, that's typically not recommended. Why? If it is 90 degrees out, do you want a technician in your home running your furnace or heat pump to heat your home so they can do the proper testing? Ideally, no. On the flip side, cool weather, whether it's 60 degrees here like it is in Southern California or -6 degrees in parts of the country, do you want a technician coming into your home and running your air conditioner? No, you don't. There's some other reasons you don't want to do that either in cool climates, because you're not going to get the proper readings on your refrigerant. Now, yes, there are ways to do cool weather testing, but in extremes, it's not the best practice. So that's why the once a year service is divided into two. Test the heating in conditions where heating is going to be used. Test the cooling in conditions where cooling is going to be used. So for your furnace maintenance, your heating maintenance, yes, what should be done on a heating maintenance? Just some of the key elements. One, the gas pressure should be checked if it uses gas, whether it's natural gas or whether it's propane. You want to check the gas pressure, make sure that the gas pressure is correct, and then make adjustments to the setting if need be. You definitely want to change the filter, okay? You want to change the filter. You may want to pull and clean the blower. However, the blower, which is the fan, right, that pushes the air through the home, you're definitely going to want that inspected to make sure that there's no excessive play in the motor shaft and the fan, that what we call squirrel cage, is intact. And it may need to be cleaned. So that should definitely be inspected. Your burners, all right? There's some burners that in a furnace that create the flame. You want to make sure they're pulled and cleaned and everything like that. The flue pipe, you want to make sure the flue pipe is clear and clean. You want to check for any cracks in the heat exchanger. Make sure there's no cracks in the heat exchanger to the best of the ability. You also want to check all the safeties. Now, there's various safeties on a furnace. Imagine your furnace is working and the flame goes out. You want a safety that's going to shut the gas off so gas doesn't keep filling your home. Another one is, let's say the blower motor stops working. There was a comment that it's an electric motor, they last forever. It's not true. Most of them run off and need capacitors to get started. Some of the newer systems, not so much. But they can go out, and motors go out. It's a piece of mechanical equipment prone to all kinds of issues and failures, especially if it's not maintained. With that said, if that motor should stop working for any reason, you definitely want the flame and the gas to go out. Otherwise, you're going to just heat this space and you're not going to be blowing that hot air. And it's going to get hot and you're going to have big problems. You want to check for carbon monoxide leaks. All right, the silent killer. You want to make sure your system is properly exhausting the carbon monoxide out of your home and that there's no buildup, no leaks that are getting into the home. And you just want to clean everything. And a good heating maintenance is going to be inspecting the ductwork. Make sure it's intact, there's no kinks. You might have had somebody in the attic doing some work. They inadvertently stepped on some ductwork and crushed it. We want to make sure that that can be pushed back into shape. Sometimes you can have a rodent activity that causes damage to ductwork. So you want a good duct inspection as well. So this should be done on the heating maintenance. And there's other items as well, but these are some of the key components. Now, as far as the filter, when you do a heating maintenance and a cooling maintenance, if you break them up, yes, the filter should be changed if it's a typical 1-inch pleated filter. If you have a 5-inch high-performance filter, it may last 6 months to 12 months, depending on what you have going on in the home. If you have a lot of animals, I got 3 rescue dogs and 4 kids, my filters are getting changed a little bit more frequently. But typically, if you have a 1-inch pleated filter, I will tell you the best practice is to change it once a month. Even if it says 90 days, change it once a month. Essentially, the point is, it's not a really great filter. It's to protect the system from debris getting in it and covering the indoor coil. A lot of stuff gets past that filter. So that should be changed once a month. And if the filter gets built up with too much dirt and debris, it restricts airflow. One of the most detrimental things to your system is the airflow, such as high static pressure and things of that nature. And if you're not moving enough air across that coil or across that furnace, the heat exchanger, you're gonna have problems. So you should have your system, your heating system, tuned up once a year, ideally by itself, and have them come back and tune up your AC system at a different time of year. You can, yes, you can do them both at one time, but ideally have it checked, especially for safety issues. We always preach here at General Air Conditioning and Plumbing, when we go into a home, regardless of what it's for, the first priority is safety. We're looking for issues or concerns that have to do with safety that could impact the safety of the home and the occupants. The second thing we're looking for is comfort, because at the end of the day, we have HVAC, we have electricity, we have plumbing for comfort. Because if you really wanted to be efficient, you would have no HVAC. So to be clear, safety, comfort, efficiency. Safety, obvious reason why. Comfort, that's why we have these necessities today, but they're also primarily for our comfort. Next is efficiency. How can we make it more efficient? How can we make less demand on the grid? How can we make it greener, right? Reduce our carbon footprint, those type of things. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the feedback. Really appreciate the comments. I enjoy them. So please keep them coming in. I will respond to them in this format the best that I can. And thank you for watching.